Good day, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Daily Strange Stories. I'm John Brown. Our lead story for today. DJ Sumbody's killers shot 10 more celebrities, Kunene found in Katiso Molefe's house during murder arrest. In the shadowy underbelly of South Africa's celebrity world and high-stakes business dealings, a chilling pattern has emerged involving firearms tied to a string of attacks on well-known figures. Authorities have connected weapons seized in recent arrests to the 2022 killing of popular musician Oupa John Sefoka, better known as DJ Sumbody, and to nearly a dozen other incidents targeting celebrities. This web of crime has drawn in accused individuals with links to organized syndicates, political interference, and even mistaken identity tragedies, painting a picture of a network that reaches into the heart of law enforcement and tender processes. Adding to the intrigue, Patriotic Alliance Deputy President Kunene found himself caught up in the drama during a raid at the home of one key suspect, while former Hawks head Godfrey Lebeya has stepped forward to clarify his role in a related arrest attempt. These revelations unfold against a backdrop of court battles, whistleblower alerts, and claims of systemic capture, offering a deeper look into how personal ambitions and criminal enterprises intersect in unexpected ways. The story begins with the tragic end of DJ Sumbody, whose life was cut short in a targeted ambush on the 20th of November 2022 in Woodmead, north of Johannesburg. Early that Sunday morning, his GTI vehicle became the focus of a drive-by assault, riddled with 48 bullets that left him dead along with his driver, Sibusiso Mokoena, and his bodyguard, Sandile Myeza. The scene was one of chaos, with the car bearing the marks of a planned execution that claimed 3 lives and left investigators piecing together motives that have remained elusive for years. Police have kept details close to their chests, avoiding public disclosure on what might have driven the attack, but the recent breakthroughs suggest ties to broader criminal activities that extend far beyond this single event. Fast forward to the arrests that have reignited interest in the case. On a Monday in Gauteng, 4 men aged between 45 and 60 were taken into custody, facing charges related to the murders of DJ Sumbody and his 2 companions. Among them stands Sandton businessman Katiso Molefe, accused of orchestrating the hit, alongside former police detective Michael Pule Tau, Tlego Floyd Mabusela, also known as Tiego, and Musa Kekana, who are believed to have carried out the act as hitmen. These individuals appeared before the Alexandra Magistrates Court on the following Tuesday, charged with 3 counts of murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and possession of unlicensed firearms. The courtroom proceedings were brief but tense, with the state requesting a delay until the 29th of July to prepare for a bail hearing, citing new information that required further scrutiny.
We had 4 accused persons appearing in court, facing charges, amongst others, 3 counts of murder, 2 of possession of firearm, and the other of possession of ammunition. So that matter has been postponed to Tuesday the 29th, as one of the accused indicated that they wish to bring a formal bail application before court. So as the state, we were not yet ready to proceed. We are finalizing the investigation in terms of the bail application that must be heard by the court.
Molefe's legal team, led by advocate Annelien van den Heever, pushed back, expressing readiness to proceed immediately, but the court ultimately granted the postponement to allow the prosecution time to finalize investigations, including detailed profiling of the accused. What makes this case particularly gripping is the ballistic evidence that has surfaced. During the arrests, police confiscated an AK-47 and 3 pistols, which forensic tests have now linked not only to DJ Sumbody's murder but also to at least 10 other high-profile matters involving celebrities.
There was a shooting incident that had occurred in April 2024, where Mr. Swart, a QTech employee, was fatally shot while entering the company premises. QTech has been a long-standing service provider to Transnet. Shortly after the incident, 3 suspects, including a warrant officer, a South African Police Service warrant officer, a detective Tau Pule, were arrested in Johannesburg. During the arrest, weapons that were used in this murder, which was an AK-47 and a pistol, along with cell phones, were confiscated. On the 30th December 2024, the ballistic expert issued a ballistic report which linked these firearms not only with the murder of Mr. Swart, but these firearms were linked with a number of high-profile cases. And these cases include very high-profile South African artists that were murdered in Gauteng, which occurred dating back as far as 2021. I'm not going to mention them, but we have them on record.
These connections encompass both completed murders and attempts, though authorities have chosen not to reveal specifics at this stage, heightening the mystery and speculation around which famous names might be involved. Police spokesperson Brigadier Atsenda Mate highlighted this outside the court, noting how the weapons tie into a larger pattern of targeted incidents that have plagued the entertainment and public figure scene.
At this stage, all those 4 firearms, including the 1 AK-47, is linked to at least 10 high-profile cases that include murder as well as attempted murder. Our team has been working tirelessly on this case. The Political Killings Task Team has been working closely with the Gauteng Organized Crime Investigations Unit. We now know that the same firearm that killed Aman Swart is the same firearm that killed DJ Sumbody and his 2 bodyguards.
This discovery underscores the scale of the operation, suggesting a coordinated effort that has affected multiple lives over time. Molefe's name carries additional weight due to his alleged role in other serious offences. He is central to claims made by KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi during a press conference on the 6th of July, where he outlined how criminals had infiltrated the nation's law enforcement structures. Mkhwanazi pointed to Molefe as a figure whose activities prompted the disbandment of the Political Killings Task Team, a unit established to probe politically motivated crimes in the province. This shutdown reportedly occurred in December following Molefe's arrest for another killing, that of Vaal engineer Amon Swart in 2024. Swart's death is believed to have stemmed from a case of mistaken identity, linked to a whistleblower at his engineering firm who had raised alarms about price inflation in a Transnet tender for manufacturing springs.
The KwaZulu-Natal Political Killings Task Team arrival, they took these weapons and they went and tested them. So they conducted a ballistic test in order to check whether these firearms were linked with that murder and many other murders perhaps that will have occurred in the country.
The task team's involvement in Molefe's apprehension for that incident allegedly led to its dissolution, raising questions about external pressures influencing police operations. At the time of his arrest for DJ Sumbody's murder, Molefe was already out on 100,000 rand bail for the Swart case. He had initially been denied bail by the Vereeniging Regional Court, but that decision was later overturned, allowing him temporary freedom. In contrast, his co-accused in the DJ Sumbody matter, Tlego Mabusela and Kekana, were already in custody awaiting trial for related charges, and their representatives indicated no intention to apply for bail during the initial court appearance. This disparity highlights the varying legal paths of those involved, with Molefe's business background perhaps affording him certain advantages in the judicial process. The connections don't stop there. Mabusela and Kekana are also implicated in a separate high-profile case alongside businessman Vusimuzi Matlala and his wife, Tsagani Matlala, concerning the attempted murder of Matlala's former partner, socialite Tebogo Tobechane. This incident adds another layer to the narrative, as Tobechane, known for her work as an actress on the series Muvango, survived an attack that has drawn significant media attention. On the same Tuesday as the DJ Sumbody court appearance, a fifth person, Ntabise Nzama, daughter of one of the other accused, was added to the charge sheet in this matter. Nzama faces accusations of money laundering amounting to 120,000 rand tied to the event and was granted bail that day. The Matlala case intertwines with broader allegations of improper dealings, including Matlala's controversial 360 million rand tender with the police for health services, which was eventually cancelled amid suspicions of irregularities. Matlala's business practices have long been under scrutiny, particularly after Gauteng health whistleblower Babita Deokaran flagged suspicious transactions involving him and Tembisa Hospital prior to her own untimely death. Despite these red flags, Matlala secured the lucrative police contract, only for it to be revoked later. His name, like Molefe's, featured prominently in Mkhwanazi's revelations about the capture of law enforcement by criminal elements, including the shutdown of investigative units to protect key players. This pattern suggests a sophisticated network where tenders, personal relationships, and criminal acts converge, potentially shielding those at the top while endangering whistleblowers and innocents alike. Amid the arrests for DJ Sumbody's murder, an unexpected figure entered the fray: Kenny Kunene, Deputy President of the Patriotic Alliance and member of the Mayoral Committee, MMC, for Transport in Johannesburg. Kunene was present at Molefe's property when police raided it on that Monday, leading to Molefe's apprehension. Kunene has firmly denied any prior association with Molefe, describing the situation as a matter of being in the wrong place at the wrong time for entirely legitimate reasons. As the owner of the online publication African News Global, Kunene explained that he had arranged to facilitate an exclusive interview with Molefe through mutual contacts. Molefe, facing public scrutiny over his legal troubles, had agreed to share his perspective on various issues, and Kunene was there to accompany one of his journalists to ensure the meeting proceeded smoothly.
I can't really remember where I was, but I saw on social media, and some people also called me. By the way, before DJ Sumbody rose to prominence, I used to work with him in Tshwane, Sunnyside. Before he even opened a place, I used to work with him. I actually groomed him in the entertainment industry. We did things together. I advised him about the entertainment industry. His brother knows that. So he was a good guy that I worked with very, very well. And I was indeed touched by his manner, because he was a nice guy. He never fought with anyone. He was just a fun guy, just like me. I think if you look at my online newspaper, it hasn't been that active, and I decided to put together some young people that can then run with it, that are interested in the media space, and to resuscitate it, obviously, and in its own tradition. African News Global has always focused on exclusive stories. So they wanted to do an exclusive story, and Mr. Molefe was a person where there was an opportunity to do a story with him. Remember that he has not spoken publicly since his arrest and whilst he was on bail. And so I facilitated with somebody that I know that knows Mr. Molefe. And Mr. Molefe agreed to do the interview, and the meeting was facilitated. We drove in. As we're in the driveway standing, I don't know if it's the son or one of the boys came running and saying, the police are kicking the gate. And Mr. Molefe came out and they said, no, open the gate. Before we could even go in the house or sit wherever we were going, the journalist will do an interview. Then the police arrived, rifles, Casper, V-classes, and they then asked who is the owner of the house. Mr. Molefe said, it's me. And then they handcuffed him, and they then wanted our particulars, and they called me to ask me these questions. What am I doing there? And I explained to them. They asked me if I've got the number of Mr. Molefe. They want to see it. I said, I don't have his number. So I didn't see anything wrong. I arrived there at 12:15 after midday, during the day, driving in my personal car. It was a question of perhaps being at the wrong place at the wrong time for the right reasons.
According to Kunene, he had spoken to acquaintances who knew Molefe, setting up the encounter. He insisted that he had never met Molefe personally before, except for a brief greeting at a birthday party for the mother of the intermediary who organized the interview. This incident has sparked political fallout, with the Democratic Alliance's Johannesburg caucus leader, Belinda Kaiser-Ekiozonjoku, declaring Kunene's position as MMC for Transport unsustainable. She called for his immediate resignation, suggesting that if he did not step down, Mayor Teta Morero should remove him from the role. Kaiser-Ekiozonjoku dismissed Kunene's explanation about accompanying a journalist as unconvincing, arguing that his presence at the home of a murder suspect raised serious questions about his judgment and fitness for public office. The human side of this sprawling saga comes through in the reactions from DJ Sumbody's family, who have expressed relief at the progress in the investigation. Through their representative, Chad Thomas, they conveyed appreciation for the dedication of police officers who have worked tirelessly since 2022 to bring those responsible to account. Thomas spoke outside the Alexandra Magistrates Court on the day of the accused's first appearance, noting how heartening it was to see arrests finally made after such a prolonged period. The family hopes for justice not only in this case but in others as well, extending beyond high-profile matters to everyday incidents that affect ordinary people. However, Thomas raised concerns about the safety of the investigating officers, pointing out that they arrived at court under heavy security due to risks they faced from probing such a prominent and dangerous network. The family views these developments as a step toward closure, acknowledging the emotional toll of the drawn-out process while praising the commitment shown by the police team. Complicating the narrative further are allegations surrounding former Hawks head Godfrey Lebeya, who has addressed claims of interference in Molefe's earlier arrest for the Swart murder. These accusations stemmed from Mkhwanazi's statements, which suggested that Molefe contacted Lebeya during an attempt by the Political Killings Task Team to apprehend him in April of the previous year. According to the claims, Lebeya then sent a Hawks team to Molefe's home to halt the process.
On the 6th of December 2024, the task team visited the premises of the two of the high-profile syndicate, of which one, Mr. Katiso Molefe, was arrested for the murder of Mr. Swart of QTech. During that arrest, unusual activities were observed whilst the team were busy with the operation. These activities included a dispatching of members of the South African Police Service under the command of a senior manager at the head office to go and interrupt the operation that was unfolding. Fortunately, when they arrived there, the members realized that it is indeed a police operation, so they allowed the members to carry out their operation without disturbance.
Lebeya has categorically denied any direct involvement or personal acquaintance with Molefe, stating that he never met the businessman and that Molefe does not know him. Instead, Lebeya explained that he received a call from someone believed to be a friend of Molefe's, inquiring whether the officers at the scene were genuinely from the Hawks, as they had claimed.
I would like to clarify it in this fashion. On the 6th of December 2024, we were at Deep Endeberg there in Pretoria for our annual award ceremony of the DPCI. That is when I received a call from somebody else that at some stage we might mention the name, but at this stage I will not mention the name. This individual said that there are people at a house of somebody else who is his friend, and these people claim that they are members of the Hawks and they have been sent by me to go to that particular address. So that surprised me. Then I had to check with the Divisional Commissioner for National Priority Offences in the DPCI, because if there is a team that have got to go and do operation, he will know. And he didn't know about that operation. Then because it is in Sandton, in Gauteng, I checked with the provincial head of the DPCI in Gauteng, or do you know about these people who claim to be coming from the Hawks, who are supposed to be conducting an operation in Sandton? He did not know. And the explanation of the nature of the vehicles that were said to be at the scene created suspicion. So that's why I had to direct the operatives to say that send the members from the TOMS Tactical Operation Management section of the Hawks to visit that address and see who are the people who are saying that they have been sent by me when I have sent nobody to go and conduct an operation in Sandton. Mm-hmm. Indeed, on the arrival of the members, they confirmed that in fact these people who are there at the particular address are members of the South African Police Service. And that obviously sorted this concern that we had that individual might be pretending to be members of the Hawks when they are not.
He emphasized that this action was not meant to disrupt legitimate police work but to confirm the authenticity of the officers present and ensure they were conducting lawful activities. Lebeya defended the Hawks' response as appropriate, given the complaint about potential impersonation, which could undermine trust in law enforcement if left unchecked. Patriotic Alliance leader, Minister Gayton McKenzie, has said that he is removing Kenny Kunene as MMC for transport in Joburg until he has been cleared of any wrongdoing, although he said he believes Kunene's explanation as authentic. Do you also believe that Kunene was just looking for breaking news at the house of a multi-murder case suspect, especially given the fact that Kunene says DJ Sumbody was his close friend whom he groomed to stardom? Would you facilitate a breaking news story that defends someone accused by police of killing your close friend? Thank you for watching this news video. We'd love to hear what you think about this story, so please leave your comments below. We read them all and appreciate your insights. Join us again in our next strange story. Until then, goodbye.